Okay, so it looks like we're recording now.
Yay.
Yay. Here we go. Hey guys, and welcome back to All Hell Metal. Another episode. In this episode, we're just going to kind of, have a little chit chat and little talk. I do have some stuff that I'm going to talk about. Jacob has some stuff he wants to talk about. And then, TJ will just give us some feedback unless he has something that comes to mind that he decides he wants to talk about as well. But before we get into all that, remember that you can follow us at AHM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at All Hell Metal. We have a public group on there that you can join to go ahead and, get in there on the conversation. We haven't had very much feedback on Facebook so far. I don't know what the deal with that is, but other places we have. And you can find us on YouTube at All Hell Metal. And, on there, it's just the audio of the podcast. We don't actually have video on there yet. We've already discussed this in past episodes. And you can send us an email at allhellmetalpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what your thoughts are, all that good stuff. And you can also visit our website, allhellmetal.com. And we have links to our social pages on there, and we also have an area with show notes where we leave links to whatever we're talking about in that episode, and all that good stuff. We also have that donate button, but you do not have to feel like you have to do that. I just do want to mention that. So
you'll find it on your own. Yeah,
you'll figure all that out, and you'll do what you feel like you need to do. So, What's going on? Oh, did that hurt?
No.
Jacob popping his knuckles. So what's been going on this week? Anything interesting?
The weather has been very interesting.
Yeah, it has.
One day it's 60, 70 degrees, and next it's sleeting.
Yeah, one day the mountains around where we live are on fire.
Then
the next day
they're still on fire.
Yes. And then the next day it snows and it goes away. And then the next day they're on fire again. And I don't know what the deal with that is at all. So
nature's whack, man.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's global warming, even though there are still people that do not believe that global warming is a thing. Let me just tell you that this time of year, when TJ and I were young, we had snow on the ground all the time, it seemed like. It seemed like that's all you did all winter was sleigh ride and things like that. I had birthday parties. My birthday's in March. I had birthday parties that would be snowed out, that we would have to cancel because of snow in March. And it is 65 degrees in February here where we live. And normally it's in the 30s, 20s all the time in the past. So there you go.
Yeah. That's the weather, ladies and gentlemen. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yep. Sorry. So, I do have a couple of things that I just want to, kind of go over, and I'm going to be reading a little bit, but not very much, because I know, a lot of times people don't like to hear people read. Sometimes
yes, we are illiterate.
So this first thing that I'm going to talk about is Ted Nugent blasting Neil Young yet again, it seems. This article came from Blabbermouth, and it says that Ted Nugent has once again blasted Neil Young for pulling his music from Spotify in protest of Joe Rogan. And I'm sure everybody knows that Neil Young claimed that Joe Rogan was spreading false information about COVID. If you don't know that, you need to look it up. It's pretty interesting. But Joe Rogan has went on to apologize about that. But he was basically giving his thoughts on it, which is free speech that we're supposed to have here in America. But you know how that's going lately. So Young demanded that his catalog be removed from Spotify in response to fake information about vaccines being spread on the platform via Rogan's podcast. The Joe Rogan Experience is the name of the podcast. Catamir. We have a cat playing in paper. But Young delivered an ultimatum adding they can have Rogan or Young, not both. Spotify announced a few days later that it would pull Young's music catalog from the platform. So, Ted Nugent was basically saying, go right ahead if that's the way you want to go. And he did this on an edition of his show that he does called The Nightly Nuge. And it's a new style clip, or it's a new style in which Ted offers his take on the news of our world every night in a concise, fiery fashion that is totally Ted. And Nugent went on to say, well, Neil Young, God bless him. I'm sure that there's many people that appreciate Neil Young's creativity and his talents and his creation of wonderful music for those people who love that kind of music. I'm not a big fan. I happen to know that he's got a lot of soul, but now that I've praised him for all his positives, the guy is a complete punk. So there you have it on that. And then he said, if you've done that much mind-altering chemicals throughout your life, then you can proudly claim in one moment that you should be rocking in the free world, but then in the next moment witness all the evidence supporting everything that Joe Rogan's been saying, that I've been saying, the truth, logic, and common sense, the indisputable evidence to support it, and then claim that we're guilty of misinformation when actually the stoner brain bird punk, he delivers misinformation. He continued.
Brain bird?
Brain bird. Bird-brained.
Good job.
Bird-brained. Brain bird. I'm a brain bird, obviously.
I play the fifth on that one.
So this is a funny moment because he made an ultimatum to Spotify, whatever the big tech is, and he said, if you don't take Joe Rogan off Spotify, then you have to take my music off Spotify. That's a pretty decision, Neil. Thanks for making it so simple, because Neil Young on Spotify, adios, mofo. Now, once again, this is what Ted Nugent was saying. And then in the days after Neil had his music from Spotify removed, a handful of notable artists have pulled their music from the streaming giant, blaming the platform for spreading false information about coronavirus via Rogan's podcast. Spotify's company chief executive Daniel Ek has defended Rogan in the past, including after an episode that featured the conspiracy theorist Alex Jones in 2020. What?
I love that guy. He's so dumb, it's hilarious. If you don't know who Alex Jones is, I think he's the dude that there's chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay. He's also the one that snorted horse dewormer. Love that guy.
Yeah, I haven't. I need to check him out. Apparently, sounds like he's got some.
He's serious about it too.
Oh,
and that's
wow.
what makes it funny.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check this guy out. So, and we want creators to create. Ek told the Financial Times at the time, it's what they do best. We're not looking to play a role in what they should say. So, how do you guys feel about the whole Joe Rogan thing and, Neil Young and all these other people saying that he should be removed from Spotify for basically, just saying what he thinks?
Well, if there's that many people saying that you're doing something wrong, you might need to look in at yourself and see if you're doing something wrong.
Well, but I mean, really, on that episode, Joe Rogan's just, he was saying about the masks, and then he was saying that he feels like if you're 21 years old and you ask him if you need to get vaccinated, he's going to say no. So, I mean, that's just his thoughts and his feelings on that. So, I myself feel like everybody, whether you're vaccinated or not, should still be wearing a mask. That's just my thoughts. I mean, obviously a lot of people don't feel that way. So, okay.
Moving on.
Well, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is Kelly Osbourne.
Hopefully not about masks.
No.
Thank God.
This doesn't have anything to do with coronavirus. This is from an article from Loudwire, where Kelly Osbourne opened up about her relationship with Slipknot's Sid Wilson. He is the turntablist for Slipknot. And apparently Kelly Osbourne had posted a picture of them on Instagram. And the message with it said, "After 23 years of friendship, I can't believe where we have ended up. You are my best friend, my soulmate, and I am so deeply in love with you, Sydney George Wilson."
George.
Georgie. So, Kelly Osbourne had previously broken off a relationship with the cinematographer Eric Bragg last October, and
He won't be bragging about that one.
nope. And yeah, so now they are in a relationship, and they have met years prior, when Slipknot toured with Ozzy Osbourne's Ozfest tour, and they are now sharing their first Valentine's as a couple.
Go them.
That was last week, but still, that's pretty cool. I mean, I like Kelly Osbourne, and I'm a huge Slipknot fan, so there you go. But it is cool that they were friends for years and years and years, and now they've developed this relationship, and they seem pretty happy. So, and last but not least of the things that I want to talk about, that I'm going to be reading anyway. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff that's going to come up in this episode, but it is the Marilyn Manson scandal.
Yay.
With Evan Rachel Wood. And this is from an article from The Guardian. Marilyn Manson has denied R-wording Evan Rachel Wood. I also forgot to add in the beginning the trigger warning.
We are going to be talking about R-word a lot, if you catch my drift, and also possibly the S-word, if you also catch my drift. If you are offended or could be possibly triggered by either of these terms, please click away now. Do it. This is your final warning. I warned you.
Yes, just fast forward a little bit. But Evan Rachel Wood, she is the actress that plays Dolores on Westworld. She has a new documentary that came out, or is coming out, I think in March of this year. It's called In Phoenix Rising. It's a new documentary about Wood's life and career, which she premiered at the 2022 Sundance Festival. And Wood said that during a previously discussed simulated sex scene, Manson started penetrating me for real once cameras were rolling. And I never agreed to that, she said.
So can we just, on a less dark and horrible note, note that her documentary is talking about a bird that is literally on fire, and her last name is Wood, a very flammable resource.
Oh my goodness, Jacob.
Funny how that is.
You would notice something like that.
Yes, I would. Yes.
But that's okay. So Manson's lawyer, Howard King, denied Wood's claims in a statement to The Guardian. Of all the false claims that Evan Rachel Wood has made about Brian Warner, who is Marilyn Manson, her imaginative retelling of the making of the Heart-Shaped Glasses music video 15 years ago is the most brazen and easiest to disprove because there were multiple witnesses. Evan was not fully coherent and engaged during the 3-day shoot, but also heavily involved in weeks of pre-production planning and days of post-production editing of the final cut. The simulated sex scene took several hours to shoot, with multiple takes using different angles and several long breaks in between camera setups. Brian, Marilyn Manson, did not have sex with Evan on that set, and she knows that is the truth.
I guess we lost our PG rating.
I mean, I never said we had a PG rating.
Well, we hadn't really sworn, talked about that, or done anything else that would bump us up to even a PG-13 rating, I don't think.
Well, it's okay. I mean, I wasn't really looking for that anyway. So, she said the alleged incident made her feel disgusting and like I had done something shameful. I was coerced into commercial sex act under false pretenses. That's when the first crime was committed against me, and I was essentially raped. Oops, R-worded. My bad.
I said I was going to be the one to do it.
I was essentially R-worded on camera. She said that Mason Manson gave her really clear instructions on how she should describe the video to journalists. I was supposed to tell the people we had this great romantic time, and none of that was the truth, she says. Wood had previously accused Manson, with whom she was in a relationship with from 2007 to 2010, of grooming her when she was a teenager, and said he horrifically abused me for years. I was brainwashed and manipulated into submission. Wood met Manson in 2006 when she was 18 and he was 38.
Why are these people so old, man? Like, the turntablist Sid, I think that's his name, was 45. Manson's...
Well, he's not 38 now. This was in 2006.
I'm doing math.
Okay.
He's 53. He's 53.
Okay. So she is among a number of women, including Game of Thrones actor Esme Bianco, who have accused Manson of sexual and physical violence involving torture.
No comment.
Manson has denied the charges made against him, claiming horrible distortions of reality. My intimate relationships have always been entirely consensual. He is facing up to 4 lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault, battery, and harassment, as well as an investigation into allegations of domestic violence incidents by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, which raided his home in November of 2021. And they also had raided an apartment that he has in LA as well, where supposedly that is where a lot of these acts would take place. I saw that on another video I was watching. And after Vanity Fair published an article detailing the first of these allegations in February 2021, Manson was dropped by his record label, Loma Vista. Phoenix Rising is the documentary that Evan Rachel Wood has made, and it is a film by Oscar-nominated director Amy Berg, and it will air on HBO in the U.S. in March, and it follows the creation of the Phoenix Act, legislation led by Wood that extends the statute of limitations for survivors of domestic violence to pursue charges against their abusers, which was signed into law in October of 2019. So, yeah, I want to be watching for that to come out because I do want to watch that. I think it'll be pretty interesting.
Okay, that's a lot of heavy stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how I feel about all this because I'm a huge Marilyn Manson fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hugely against R-wording domestic violence.
If you were into that, I would say there's something very wrong with you.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I'm very much against that. So I'm kind of at a crossroads right now. I don't know how to feel because I've been such a Marilyn Manson fan for so long. But can I support someone? Can I continue to support someone who does things like this?
Here's my opinion on it, right? If he actually did do this, I don't care what the verdict is. If he actually did do this, he has lost all of the respect I had for him just out the window. It's gone now. Goodbye. See you never. I don't stand for that. That is something you should never do to another person. Oh my God, you're a bad person. And I probably not listen to, I'll still listen to his music, just, it's going to be disdainful.
You're going to sit there with a scowl.
I'm going to scowl at his music.
Do you have any thoughts on it, TJ? Or how you feel towards Manson at this point?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know how I feel either. I don't know. I just can't see myself supporting someone that does that. And as much as I would hate to completely stop listening to his music. I mean, I'm kind of disgusted. I mean, I'm not saying that these allegations are true. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying if they are true, I don't know.
This is why we can pirate music from literally anywhere.
Well,
also, I noticed I'm having a stroke. I'm tired. I noticed when you were reading, it said lawsuits and not jail time. So, yeah, what's up with that, court?
Well, he probably hasn't. I'm not sure if he's went to court for any of these things yet. So I would say once he'll have to go to court for those lawsuits, I'm sure. And hopefully our judicial system will do its job.
For once.
Unlike most other times. And actually look at all the evidence presented and not look at who the person is and what influence they have on people and how much money he has and fame and all that kind of, stuff. And they'll actually go about this the right way. And if he needs to be prosecuted and do jail time, then
he should do jail time. He's a normal person, just like the rest of us.
Yes. But I mean, I know things like this do happen where, someone will come out against a celebrity and say they did this or that to me. But this is a celebrity coming out against another celebrity. This isn't somebody that's trying to get money from Manson. She was in Westworld. She's
loaded.
Been in other things. She clearly has her own money.
She has her own documentary.
Yeah, so it's this for her and for
everyone else,
the other actress and some of the other people that have came out against him. They are successful people. They're not like, Joe Schmo down the street saying, oh yeah, Marilyn Manson did this to me, give me all his money.
He diddled my kittle. I killed her.
No. My vape killed me. Ooh.
Smoking's bad, kids. Don't do it.
But anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Do you have any other thoughts on any of the other things that we talked about?
Well, not really. I just don't know the people enough. But good for Kate Osborne.
Kelly.
They're the same name.
No, they're not.
They're pretty much the same name.
Kate Osborne is probably somebody that lives down the street. Kelly Osborne is the daughter of Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne and the sister of Jack.
I'm sorry. Kate Osborne.
Kelly Osborne.
I know. I did that on purpose. Kelly Osborne and that other dude. Sid Wilson. Wade Wilson. Good for them. Go them. Go at it, kids.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. So good luck to them in their relationship. Hopefully they have found their soulmates. They seem to think that they have, and hopefully they have.
And Valentine's Day. That was a day.
Yeah.
That happened.
Did you do anything special?
I went to school.
Yeah, I went to work. We didn't really do anything special for Valentine's Day either, but I kind of feel like we aren't the couple that go all out for Valentine's Day.
Not me and Bethany and TJ. Get your minds out of the gutters.
Yes, Bethany, me, and TJ. I want to start speaking
in third person
about myself. But I mean, we show each. I'm getting real. I don't know, but we show each other that we love each other every day. We compliment each other every day. We don't have to have a special day to do that, so we don't go above and beyond. I mean, we do special things for each other all the time. So,
man, a lot happened on Valentine's Day. You had St. Valentine doing whatever he did. You had the launch of the Bismarck for all my history nerds out there. Some other things happened. The Valentine's Day Massacre. Al Capone did that one.
Yeah.
Quite a few things. Not all of them good. Most of them actually not that good.
Not all of them loving. No. Okay, so.
Anyway.
Do you have anything for us?
Super Bowl halftime show. There goes my phone. We're going to ignore that. Super Bowl halftime show. Mm-hmm. Thoughts? I thought it was pretty decent. I mean.
I loved it. Because all the people that were on that halftime show, I love all of them. I mean, I'm not only a metalhead. I do like other genres of music as well. But as I've said before, my, metal reigns superior for me. So, what?
I think I just heard a bomb go off. Found it.
That was my hand hitting the table. But I did enjoy it. I haven't listened to much Kendrick Lamar though. Is that his name? I am saying his name correct, right? Yes.
Probably.
Okay. I haven't listened to very much of him, but as far as, Dre and Snoop and Mary J. Blige, Eminem, 50 Cent go, they killed it, I thought. I loved it. So how did you feel about it since you brought it up? You said that you thought it was pretty decent, but what?
Well, unlike Bethany, I'm not big into the rap scene. I like Eminem and I like Snoop Dogg. That's about the extent of it. And even then, I don't listen to rap much. But yeah, I thought it was pretty decent. They put on a good show.
Yeah, they did, especially all of them. And I was reading somewhere that Dre paid, don't quote me on this, but I think he paid $7 million to put on that show and was not paid anything. And that was fine with him. It's not like they were like, oh, you put all this money into it, we're not paying you. No, to me, it seems like he just did it because he's Dre and he can.
The dude's loaded.
Well, he's very successful.
Also, 50 Cent to me just looks like a whole dollar at this point.
What do you mean by that? Are you body shaming him?
I'm not body shaming him. The dude's buff. Like, dude, come on.
There was an article where people were body shaming him.
The dude's ripped. Like, seriously.
I think it's just because he's not as defined as maybe he once was. I don't know, but come on, stop with the body shaming.
Yeah, body shaming's bad. Don't do it.
Let people look how they want to look. You don't have to be stick thin unless that's what you feel comfortable with. You don't have to do it for other people. If you want to be that, that's fine. If you want to be fat, be fat. But if you start having health concerns, then you might want to change.
But even that's your choice.
But still, that's your choice. I'm all for everybody choosing what they want to do and who they want to be.
The cats found the nips.
Yeah, the cats found a box to get in, and now Jinxie and Katamir are wrestling over the box. Mm-hmm.
War has been declared.
Yes.
Okay, anyway. Other topics to conversate on.
Anything happening? Do you have anything that you're looking forward to in anything? It doesn't just have to be music. It can be anything. I know we basically have a music podcast, but this is our podcast, and we do what we want.
And if you don't like that, there's the door. Bye. Have a nice life.
Unless you're driving in your car right now. Don't do that.
Do it. Do it. You won't.
So.
Okay, other topics. Oh my god. Well, the Sabaton album's coming out. I've discussed that in depth.
Yes, he has brought up that
Unlocked.
And Corey Taylor has that new album coming out.
That he does, that we talked about in the last episode.
Mm-hmm. So I know this is not music related, but TJ finally got me on the Always Sunny in Philadelphia train, the Never Cloudy in Pennsylvania train. And I just finished it last night, and I found myself waking up this morning
with the Folgers in your cup.
And one of my thoughts was, oh man, I finished it. I was really bummed about that. So, have you watched that at all? You've watched a little bit with us, but
other than what bit I've watched with you, honestly, nope.
Are you not into it or what?
It's decent. It's just, I don't want to watch it. This is just no, I'm good. Thanks.
So what shows are you into then?
Not many right now, honestly. A lot of them have kind of sucked. Oh, well, the last show I was into. The last show I was really, 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 really into was probably Game of Thrones. And even that was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's been several years ago. And yes, for those of you that say you let your son watch Game of Thrones, let me tell you something about Jacob. Jacob is a very mature child. He always has been. And I felt like he was mature enough to watch Game of Thrones and be okay with it. And he was. So, there you go.
Yeah. Don't let your toddlers watch Game of Thrones. It'll scar them for life, especially the ending. Oh my God.
Yeah. There are 2 shows that I do want to start. Dollface.
I've watched the first episode of that one.
Was it good?
If it's the show I'm thinking of, I think you're going to like it.
Was it the show with all the girls, basically?
I don't remember.
Oh, well.
This was a while ago, and it may or may not have been at 3 a.m.
Okay, well, I'm going to check that show out. And there's also Single Drunk Female. Have you seen that?
I've seen so many ads for that. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Every time I get on Hulu. Single drunk female. Single drunk female. Hey, have you heard about this one little show? You probably haven't. Single drunk female.
Yeah. So I want to get into that too. That looks like it'll probably be pretty good as well. I have to get a drink.
Have fun with that. Okay. I just thought of something if you were done with your soapbox.
No, go ahead. Just whatever. This is just a conversation for us to talk.
Well, I know you don't listen to Powerwolf. I know TJ has listened to some. But they changed one of their album covers. Yeah.
I think you were telling me about this. What was the story behind that?
I don't know the entire story, but like I woke up one day, I was scrolling through my playlist for some reason or another, and I stumbled across this little section that I didn't remember seeing before, and I was like, hey, wait, I recognize these songs, but this is a different cover. I was like, oh wait, they just straight up changed the album cover. So I was like, why? And then I didn't look into it any further.
Oh, well, they changed their album cover and we have no idea why.
Yeah.
That's basically that story. Good
Pretty
story.
Weird. Just look up Powerwolf album cover change. You'll probably get an answer.
Well, yeah, we'll do that.
Or don't. I don't have a gun to your head.
So we have a couple of shows coming up that we're going to.
Yes.
Yes. Do
Question
you even
mark.
remember what they are?
Judas Priest and another band.
How do you say it? Queen's Right?
Sure. And then we have Motionless in White.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Another band. It's on the tip of my tongue.
It
I don't
is
remember their name.
Motionless in White, Black Veil Brides, and Ice Nine Kills.
Ice Nine Kills. I thought of their album name. Couldn't remember their band name.
Yeah, so I'm excited for both of those. I'm most excited for Motionless in White because they are, I would have to say at this point, I feel like they are my favorite band.
Oh, wow.
At this point, I do feel like I have to say that they are.
She's legally obligated.
I'm legally obligated. They pay me billions and billions of no, they don't. No.
And even if they did, taxes.
So, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not all that excited about Black Veil Brides and Ice Nine Kills. I guess I need to listen to them again, and see if I can get more excited about it. I mean, I'm excited about it because, it's a live show anyway. Because TJ and I have went to shows where I was not excited about the opening acts. And then once they got on stage, it's just, I'm assuming because it was live music, I was still like, okay, it's not too bad. But I think it's just the excitement of live music.
You get to watch people punch each other in the nuts. Always a fun time.
Well, that's if there's a mosh involved.
It's a metal concert. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a mosh.
Yeah, basically. So,
speaking of which, this happened a while ago. Like last year a while ago. But I just remembered it for some reason. Y'all hear about that Slipknot? Yeah, it was a Slipknot concert that the mosh pit caught fire in?
No.
Well, there was a concert. I think it was in New Jersey? Question mark. But yeah, a mosh pit at a Slipknot concert caught fire.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and they kept playing.
Well, the show must go on.
Yeah, people were burning.
Yeah.
But, the music.
But, I mean, there was a show that they were performing where I think it was Clown caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he caught on fire. And I'm like 98% sure that at some point Corey Taylor caught on fire too and just continued to sing while he was putting himself out. So
Maggots are just a bunch of pyromaniacs.
yeah. I mean, if you can continue performing when you're on fire, that is what
something.
you are meant to do.
Jesus Christ, the commitment. Like with all artists, you got that one dude's not areola, that's your nipple. Aorta.
Yeah.
That it kind of exploded. Mm-mm. It was Judas Priest guitarist,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Is it Keith Faulkner?
It's not Keith Ledger.
No, I didn't say. That's
said Keith.
I said Heath.
Yeah.
His name is Heath Ledger. That is an actor, and he is no longer with us, sadly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I feel like it's Keith. I think his
Urban.
last name is Faulkner. I'm going to look it up real quick. But yeah, I mean,
anyway, and then you also had
Richie Faulkner.
Richie
Faulkner. I don't know why I was thinking Keith Faulkner.
Heath Ledger, Keith Urban.
I don't. Maybe Keith Buckley.
Who's that?
We won't get into that right now.
Oh, later. Okay, and another artist who has a lot of commitment. You can cut this part out in editing if you want to, but Astroworld.
Who is Astroworld?
Well, that's not the artist name, but Travis Scott and Astroworld.
Okay.
The one where people got trampled.
Yes, because wasn't there somebody there who was
drugging people?
Yes, he was drugging people, and lots of people died.
A lot of people
died. A lot of young kids died.
Yep.
That's sad.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't go to damn people. I mean, why do people do this? Why do people go to live shows and do things like this when it's just a bunch of people trying to enjoy the music and have a good time, and then people have to come in and drug people, and sometimes people come with guns and shoot the place up. I mean, they even do that when you're trying to watch a dang movie. Like, what the hell is wrong with people?
And then well, this isn't and then, but yeah, people went to an Astroworld concert and woke up at a Juice WRLD concert. If you like rap, you get that joke.
Yeah, well, I don't like the recent rap.
Juice WRLD's dead.
Oh. Wah, wah, wah. That was a bad joke, Jacob. No, I mean, not that it was a bad joke. It was just, it was too soon. Too soon. I forgot that guy. Yeah, I'm not much into the new rap. There is some new rap that I like, but I don't like the mumble rap.
Mm-mm.
I don't like the auto-tune rap.
Mm-mm.
If you can rap, you can rap.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to mumble.
If you can rap, you can rap. You don't have to make it snap.
This is why Jacob is not a rapper.
I'm usually good at rhyming. I can do it when I don't mean to do it, and then when I try to do it, it's just that.
I can make a rhyme. I can do it all the time. But that did not. I mean, that rhymed, but it didn't flow.
I've been doing time. I can make it rhyme. Give me some of that oregano in time.
That's a good song. That's one we can sing while we're making spaghetti. Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Sorry, Italians. We love you.
So, speaking of rap, though, I'm sorry, guys. I know this is a heavy metal show, but I have to mention this. The iPhone commercial.
Which one?
With the little girl, the little baby, and she gets the phone and she's running around and it's playing that song, Chitty Chitty Bang.
You done lost me.
Okay. That every time that commercial came on, I was like, man, I kind of like this song. I'm going to look it up and listen to the whole thing. So I did, and I put it on my iTunes, and I have listened to that.
That's the one you're singing in the car all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay. That started from an iPhone commercial.
Yes. And I like it. It's by, oh gosh, I can't.
The Black Eyed Peas?
No, it's, I have the name right on the tip of my tongue. Oops, I'm not typing. But yeah, I've listened to that song so many times. Lee Kelly
47.
47.
It's also a movie.
Yeah,
and a book.
It's a old movie too. That's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. But the name of the song is Chitty Bang. But it's a good song. You should check it out. They use a clean and rundown version on the iTunes commercial, of course. And when the song first starts, you'll be like, "Whoa,
whoa!" Since we're on the topic of not metal music, what do y'all think about Johnny Cash and just people in that kind of genre?
I love Johnny Cash.
Okay,
I really do like Johnny Cash.
We can continue to be family.
Yes, I think TJ likes Johnny Cash. Yeah, he's nodding his head. Yeah. And I like Willie Nelson.
I love Willie Nelson.
And Waylon Jennings.
Love Waylon Jennings.
I like Patsy Cline. And Loretta Lynn. And Hank Williams Sr.
Mm-hmm.
Hank Williams Jr.
Okay.
And I like all the old country. I like the 90s country, and I like early 2000s country. It was when Florida Georgia Line came out that I really stopped liking country because it just, I don't know, it wasn't the same anymore.
And how about Elvis?
Oh, Elvis. Yes, like Elvis.
I like a few of his songs. I'm not the biggest Elvis person.
Yeah, Elvis is good. I was raised on Elvis.
Oh, I know you were raised on Elvis.
Yes, because you are now partially raised on Elvis by my mother. Maybe we'll have her on the show one time and let her talk about Elvis.
We need to have an episode that's just about Elvis.
She actually saw Elvis live, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, my God.
Yes. That's pretty cool. And she used to have a blue scarf thing that she would wear around her hair curlers, her hot rollers. She would put the hot rollers in her hair and put the blue scarf around them, and it had like Elvis's signature on it. It was, yeah.
It was a fire hazard.
Things that I remember from my childhood. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just basically been chit chat. I have no idea how long we've been recording.
Who cares?
Oh, and we did get the rest of our recording equipment, so hopefully this sounds better than it did before. I mean, me and Ryan, my other child, Jacob's younger brother, were playing around with it the other day, and we were singing some Linkin Park.
They were very loud.
Jacob said we were too loud.
I didn't say too loud. I said very.
It was fun. And he seems to think that he wants to start a podcast now, so we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't say, "Hey, can I use your microphones to try out some ASMR videos?" ASMR.
I'm sorry, I just cannot enjoy that.
I like ASMR.
I hate it.
Some ASMR is creepy, some of it's gross. But if it's like the ones where it's like somebody's brushing your hair... Oh, I like that. That's relaxing.
It feels like an invasion of privacy. I'm sorry.
I don't like the ones where people eat. The ASMR eating. And mukbangs in general, I don't like.
It's a huge pet peeve of mine. I don't know how many people know this because I'm not very vocal with it. But I hate messy eaters, loud eaters, people who eat with their mouth open. Any kind of eater that's just like annoying and gross, I hate them with a passion. Like I completely lose my appetite.
You hate the person or you just hate the experience?
I hate both.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm a messy eater. I'm not loud, and I don't chew with my mouth open unless I absolutely have to for some reason.
What I mean by messy, all of you at home, if you feel like torturing yourself, look up Nikocado avocado.
Oh, okay, this guy.
Yeah, that kind of messy.
Yeah.
And I hate hearing people chew. I hate hearing stuff in their mouth. Ugh.
I don't like that either. This guy, say his name again.
Nikocado avocado.
I was watching a YouTube video where somebody was talking about him, and apparently when he first started doing the mukbangs and stuff,
he was a vegan.
He was a vegan, and he was very small.
He still says he's a vegan. He is no longer small.
He has gained a tremendous amount of weight from this, and he says it's because of his, the people that follow him, because that's what he's doing for entertainment purposes.
He also says, in quotes, water weight.
Yeah, but he now has sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
He has several other health issues. Listen. Everybody does things for entertainment, but if what you're doing for entertainment starts affecting your health, you need to change it up some. I mean, you guys need to go look this up. Look him up in the beginning and look him up now. And this is because of the popularity of his mukbang videos and people just telling him, give me more, give me more, give me more.
He also does... I got a way to word this. He's also a prawn star. If you can change those letters around, or you're dyslexic, you get what I mean.
What?
A prawn
I know
star.
what you're talking about. I know what you're insinuating there, but what?
Yeah. People pay good money to watch a 400-pound person do that.
With food?
No.
No, there's not food involved. Okay.
There might be. I haven't looked into this.
I mean, that's okay. If that's what people are into, that's perfectly fine. I mean, that's perfectly fine. But I thought you were saying there was food involved.
There might be. I haven't checked it out. I have less than no desire to. But
so it's not like you won't get this reference, but TJ will. It's not like a Frank and Artemis situation on It's Always Sunny. Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
I don't get that, but also, apparently he's making some good money off that.
And there's also, have you heard of Eugenia Cooney? Eugenia Cooney.
Nope.
You need to check her out too. There's a lot of people are very concerned with her. A lot of people are very mean to her too, which is not acceptable. She has an eating disorder. She has anorexia. Oh. But her videos, she does a lot of clothing try-ons, and she has a Twitch stream that I watched this girl years ago. I was just fascinated by her because, I don't know. And then recently, I've been seeing more things about her where people are concerned with her, but she does Twitch streams as well, and people will say very mean things to her on there, and she actually did go to rehab at one time and try to recover, and she was looking a little better, but it seemed like it almost seemed like she went back to her old habits because it's a disease for one thing, and for another thing, I guess people were, I don't know, just not happy because she was not as skinny as she was. When I say this girl is skinny, and I'm not saying this in a mean way, I mean she looks like a skeleton with skin on. That's how small she is, and she's to the point. Her face is so slim now that she's to a point where her lips don't cover her teeth. And I don't know, saliva will pool at the sides of her mouth where she's so, I don't know. It's just, it's terrible. She's extremely malnourished. She's extremely dehydrated. There's one video where she's trying on a pair of boots and she's holding her leg up. And when she lets go, the indentions from her fingers, not red marks from her fingers, indentions from her fingers are left on her leg because she's so dehydrated.
Okay, on a less morbid note.
Yeah, so this girl, she needs help.
Favorite podcasts? I know I listen to a few, but there's one that I really like. I know Mom or Bethany listens to quite a few. I don't know if TJ listens to any.
No, TJ's not a huge podcast listener. TJ's a huge music listener.
I do both.
Yes, I do too, but TJ's just music is his life. Seriously. I'm not saying that in a bad way either. It's not bad at all. Music is his life. So, I would say my favorite podcasts are probably The Haunted Estate with Selena Spooky Boo. I love Selena Spooky Boo. And of course, And That's Why We Drink.
Yep. Knew that one was coming.
With Em and Christine. And I also really like My Favorite Murder. I enjoy that one as well. There's several different ones that I listen to. There's one that I've been kind of listening to and watching stuff on YouTube that just helps you get started with podcasts and gives you tips and tricks and hints. She basically calls herself a podcast coach, and that's the Crystal Prophet podcast. So I've been listening to that a lot. And Joe Rogan, of course. Joe Rogan podcast. I have several. Yeah, a lot of murder ones. A lot of murder, talking about murder. A lot of supernatural ones, even though I don't fully... At one time, I completely believed in the supernatural. Mm-hmm. And now at this point, I'm in a confused state of how I feel about the supernatural. Some things I feel like, yeah, that can happen. But other things I'm like, that's a little unrealistic. So
I don't believe in anything of the supernatural variety. Goblins, ghouls, fairies, the whole 9 yards.
Well, I don't believe in goblins and, fairies and stuff like that. But I mean, like with hauntings, I guess is what I mean.
I don't believe in ghosts either.
I feel like the possibility of there being a ghost, I don't know. I feel like it's more of an energy. If there's anything, it's more of an energy that's left over from an experience that happened. Something like that. But I still thoroughly enjoy listening and watching people's stories and what they have to say about it, things like that. So what are some of your favorite podcasts?
Well, like I said, I don't listen to nearly as many as Bethany, but I listen to one about the secret societies of history, like the Knights Templar, which, if you know history or you don't, they were crusaders back in all of the crusades. That was a bad time to exist. But yeah, they did some pretty whack stuff that wasn't exactly very Catholic of them. Like ritual sex orgies. It took me a second to put the words together, but I got there in the end.
Ritual sex orgies.
Yeah, I was going to go just ritual sex, but then I was like, no, it was more than that. But yeah, also drug use. That was fun.
Yeah. But
then I also listened to the Pop Culture Field Manual with Israel Wright and Cameron, don't remember his last name. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, me and Jacob, TJ too, at first we were like, how about we do a podcast on everything basically, but historical events that are dark and like stuff with the supernatural and things like that. And then we all were like, we all kind of relate better on music. So, I mean, maybe perhaps in the future that can be something, but who knows? But I've really enjoyed this one. Mm-hmm. I mean, just talking, like we've talked about music a little bit, but
yeah, most of us just been, oh, what do you think about this? Ooh, that was pretty whack.
Yeah, but I've enjoyed it. I really have. So I don't know, maybe we can do some more things like this where we just talk about about things. So, and maybe like have in the beginning, if it's like a song or an album or a band that we want to talk about them a little bit and then include this. But I have no idea how long this has been going. I don't know if we have a timer or not.
54 minutes.
Ooh, so we need to be wrapping up soon.
Yeah, but okay.
I mean, if you don't want to, I mean, it can be longer. I mean, it's there are no rules.
Yeah, we make our own rules. We don't have a bedtime.
There are no rules in podcasting. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We could exchange stupid stories that we've heard, which I don't know if you have any. and I'd have to think for a bit.
Stupid stories as in what? I mean, are you talking about doing this right now or in the future?
Either or. You just go to like a short one now. You can think off the top of your head.
Okay. What do you have one on your mind?
Not really.
Are you talking about personal stupid stories or just stupid stories in general?
Personal stupid stories you've heard, personal stupid stories you've experienced, just in general.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't prepared for that. So, let's see. What is something stupid, or not even stupid, just something that was completely wrong?
Salem witch trials.
Oh yeah, Salem witch trials, but you know that would be a whole episode for something. I'm trying to think of something that like I've done myself or something that I've believed myself. Something like that was just a little bit.
Not good.
That once I realized, oh, that's not the way it is. Hey, Cadmere, how about you get down from there because you're going to knock all that over. Get down. Cadmere
Is a meth head.
His name is Cadmere Cutin. No, we do not. Agree with Vladimir Putin. TJ just thought it was cute because when we first got Cadmere is a little white cat with blue eyes.
He looks Russian.
He looks Russian. And I'm not saying that all Russians have white hair and blue eyes or blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm not saying that at all. If you would see the cat, you would understand. And everybody that has seen the cat that we've explained it, they're like, yes, I can see that. But when we first got him, he had this meow that was like, meow.
No.
TJ can do it much better than I can. But, so, TJ was like, Cadmere Cutin. After we were sitting trying to think of names, like I was thinking of names like Simon, and then I thought of Ghoul, as in, because we couldn't come up with a name. So, Ghost has the nameless ghouls. So I was like, let's name him Nameless Ghoul and just call him Ghoul. But then came home from work and school one day, and TJ was like, Cadmere Cutin, because he looks Russian. Yes, that stuck. So he is Cadmere, and you can make his name anything. He is Cadmere. He is Bradimir. He is
Ketamine.
Ketamine
too, with an E.
He's just anything that he's doing at that moment. If he's eating, he's Eatamere, Drinkamere, Poopamere, Peamere.
We do not watch our cats use the bathroom unless we are about to clean it.
No.
That's weird.
Yeah, so anything that he's doing, it goes with. So, but yeah, that's a little bit about Cadmere. We'll bring you the other ones at a later date, maybe.
Hopefully not.
Just discussion about them. Anyway, we love our animals.
We very much do.
We're huge animal people.
Yep.
TJ and I are vegetarians.
I am not.
Jacob is, he's on the fence, I feel like.
No, I'd eat just about anything.
Well, at one time he was on the fence, and now he's just back to, yeah. And Ryan wants nothing to do with it.
He will not eat anything vegetarian.
You have to trick him. And then he usually still knows.
He's 12.
He's 11.
He's almost 12.
But we just don't make them be vegetarian because that is a lifestyle choice that I think you should make for yourself. But TJ and I do it for many different reasons. One, because we are huge. I
believe in you.
We are huge animal lovers, and because we've seen the documentaries about what happens with these animals that you're eating, and how much of that goes to waste for another thing, how they're treated, and also the health benefits from being vegetarian and the health effects from eating meat. Yeah, look it up.
Okay, not to get political or anything, but that just happened.
That's just my you know.
It's not really political more. It's
It's a lifestyle choice.
yeah, it's lifestyle-litical. That's not a word.
Lifestyle-litical.
That's a new word.
Yeah. So anyway, did you think of anything crazy or stupid?
Well, I mean, the same witch trials, they kind of happened. But we're not talking about that this episode.
No, I thought you meant...
Yeah, I'm thinking personal stories. Other than all of the stupid arguments I've gotten into in the past over stupid things,
Yeah.
I've done a lot of those.
But I'm sure he doesn't want his mother telling stories on him.
Any more than she already does.
I try not to tell very embarrassing stories.
It's not you as much as it is my grandmother and father.
Yes. She tells some doozies sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Anything else to add?
Don't do drugs, kids.
No, don't do drugs.
Unless it's natural. We're not getting into the drug debate.
Yes,
Just don't
we won't
do
get
drugs.
into that debate, but don't do drugs. If you're going to do drugs that are natural. And I mean, like, actually natural, like marijuana. But do not do them until you are the age of at least 18. And do it responsibly.
Or just stay away from it.
Or just stay away from it in general. Drugs are bad, okay? Anyway.
Drugs are bad. God is good. And people are crazy.
What?
Or something like that. It's like a country song or something.
Oh, yeah. God is great. Beer's good. People are crazy.
That's the song.
Yeah. I disagree with all of that but the last part. Oh, okay. So I'm like too close.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. So I think that's all.
Yep, that's about it.
Okay.
Trucks.
Don't do them. Okay. So
I said trucks, not drugs.
Oh, trucks. Okay. So once again, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at AHM Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at All Hell Metal. We have a public group on there that you can join. You can find us on YouTube as well. That's just audio. That is not video. You can email us at allhellmetalpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you want to hear. You can find our website at allhellmetal.com. And we will have a link to show notes. And also leave us a review, please. Let us know what you think, how you feel about the show. Anything you want us to discuss, just let us know. And we hope you have a really, really great week and stay heavy.
Do that.